Okay, so if you're not new to content creation, this video is not for you. Just click out, go look for something else on YouTube. You're gonna find no interest in this video. If you're new to content creation and you're looking for a way to understand what content creation is, I'll try and give you the most honest take I could actually give you from my experience now of doing about 30 videos up until this moment. Now, this video here, I'll be on a few notes. I have no script prepared for this video. I want to try something new, which is just speaking with footnotes. And I'll give you pretty much my advice on what to do if you first start and guide you through what's actually going to happen as you start your YouTube journey. And like I said, I'm going to try and keep this the most honest, no fluff as possible. And I'm not speaking to you like a guru or like someone wants to sell you a course or any of those guys out there because they don't really care about you. What they really just want from you is a subscribe or a like, and you just become a number. So I just want you to hear me out, and I'll tell you what's going to happen if you do decide to start a YouTube channel. In the beginning, when you first start, you'll realize that your videos suck. You will post content without understanding what you're doing. You'll post content being bad in front of the camera. Your first videos are going to suck. That's normal. This is a craft that you have to learn where you will become better as you do it. But you got to keep on chugging along and posting videos once a week, twice a week, if you can, every day. But I know that's hard, but you got to find your rhythm and keep on posting, even though you look bad in your first videos, even though you have no clue what you're doing in your first 10, 15 videos. You got to keep on posting. There will be fear. There will be fear of judgment, fear of looking stupid because you don't understand what you're doing. And it shows on camera when you first start and when you're not good at it. I went through that in the beginning. I was like, am I really good for am I good at YouTube? Am I good at speaking in front of a camera? Because again, this is a skill that you learn. But you got to keep on chugging along and you got to do it. And as you continue posting videos 20, 30, 40, 50, you'll realize that you start becoming better in front of the camera. And that's the important part is that you start becoming better in front of the camera. While you're doing that, you're going to start experimenting with editing. You're going to go on iMovie like I did because I have an iMac or any other editing software, and you're going to start editing videos. But no matter how you edit them, your videos are still going to suck because you're going to have no experience in editing. You have no clue how to captivate your audience with B rolls and cuts, and you're gonna add all kinds of stuff that make no sense in your videos, but that's okay. That's how you learn. You'll eventually get the grip of it. You'll most probably start paying for subscriptions like Canva for your thumbnails or CapCut. There's so many paid subscriptions out there that you pay monthly that you're gonna purchase and you're gonna start meddling with because you think it's gonna make your video better, which they're gonna in a way make your video better, but in all your videos are still gonna suck in the beginning because you don't have all of the pieces of the puzzles together. But you gotta keep, chugging along. You don't have to stop. Just keep on posting videos. And what's gonna happen throughout that time is that you're gonna start spying on um, all of the creators in your niche that you look up to, the big creators, the big guys. You're gonna spy on them. You're gonna want to be like them. You're gonna want to emulate them. You're gonna look at what they're producing, what content works for them, what titles they're using, what thumbnails they're using, and you're gonna want to copy that because obviously if they're doing something right, you want to do what they're doing. And at some point, I remember I was asking myself, I was looking at some of these guys and I was like, how could these guys have 500,000 subscribers? How do they get hundreds of thousands of views per video? they're not even that good. You're gonna start really stalking all of your competition. That's normal. That's what people on YouTube do. Content creators, even though they will never admit it, that's what they do. That's part of the learning process. You're also at one point gonna start buying equipment like lighting, microphone. You might want to change your camera to something better if you're using an iPhone to start out. You're gonna want to buy maybe a better computer, teleprompter. You're gonna find all the excuses in the world. If you're really serious about this, you're just gonna buy more equipment. Again, thinking that it's gonna bring up the quality of videos, which it will a bit incrementally at first when you're adding, good sound, good lighting. But really, that's not what's going to bring your videos up to a professional level. It's really that practice that you're still posting videos every day, like every twice a week, once a week, and you got to be consistent. That's where you build every time. And the whole point is that you got to learn something new. Every video you do is going to bring you like another tool on your tool belt, which at the end will make you become a better content creator. And then at one point, it's gonna happen to everyone. It happened to me. It's that epiphany moment, that aha moment where you say, maybe I'm not talking about the right thing on YouTube. Maybe I should be talking about something else. The moment where you find your voice, who you are as a person speaking to an audience. Um, Usually that translates to maybe talking about something that you didn't initially want to talk about on your channel. Maybe it transitions into going into a different direction and speaking about something completely different, changing niche. But that's when you find your voice. And when that happens, you'll realize that the quality of your videos is going to start becoming much better. Why? Because you're actually talking about something that interests you, something that you have at heart. You're actually speaking to the audience about something you care about. And that translates like you wouldn't understand on camera. When you're speaking about something that you enjoy, something that you're passionate about, something that you really want to speak about, you don't need a script. You don't need to think about what you're going to talk about. You don't need ideas. Things come naturally. And you'll realize that at that point, maybe you're going to be 50 videos in or 75, 100 videos in. That's when your content is going to start taking off. Not when you calculated everything at first with your new equipment, your new camera, with your scripts and your video ideas and copying the big YouTubers. No, that's not gonna count anymore. What's gonna start bringing you better results is when you start talking about what you really enjoy talking about, and it's gonna come naturally, and your channel is then gonna start growing, and your views are gonna start growing. Only then. But to get there, you have to pay the price and go through the journey. You got to post all those videos. You got to learn the editing, the software, the hardware, the thumbnails. You're going to have to learn all of that. That's part of how you make it. But then one day, like I said, you'll find your voice, you'll find who you really are, and that's when really your channel is going to start taking off. Because what happens, like for example in this niche, which is the how to start a YouTube channel from scratch when you're a beginner, there's so many um, creators in this niche. Most of them are all, I like to call them, copycat robots. They just copy each other. They spy on each other, and as soon as someone has a good video idea, everyone else copies that idea, and you basically have the same video over and over again, just created by 10, 15, 20 different creators. They're all like vultures in this niche, if you want. And they all tell you to like and subscribe and leave a comment. They're all doing that for one reason. It's the almighty dollar. They're not doing that because they're your friend. They don't know you. Like I don't know you either. Like there's no reason for me. I'm just telling you this because I'm being brutally honest. All right. Again, if you want to like this video or subscribe, sure, it makes me happy. That's the whole point. But like I said, I don't know you. I could give you advice on what to do, but more than that, you know, you're a complete stranger to me. And there's so many people out there giving out so much generic advice, and I'm guilty of that myself. I've done it in my past videos, and now I tried on this video to just be more me and speak about what I really think about this topic. And you know maybe this video will help some new people on YouTube that are struggling, that aren't getting past their second, third, fourth video. And my message to you really is this, and this is how I'm gonna end this video, is that just keep on posting, go through all of the hoops you have to. There's no shortcuts. Learn your editing, learn your thumbnails, buy some equipment, keep on posting. Once a week, twice a week. Got to be regular, and eventually, if you feel like what you're talking about is not really what you want to talk about, eventually the real you's gonna come out. The real thing that you want to talk about is eventually gonna come out, and then at that point, your channel should start, really taking off if it didn't already. But all throughout the way, you're just gonna get better and better by all the practice that you're gonna get in front of the camera. All right, so just keep posting. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.